What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to Lights Metal. I am back with part 2 of my 7-inch rock metal update. Alright, I'm going to start jamming through these much quicker than I did in the first part because there's so much to show here. Alright, so we got Hawkwind. This is a UK single from, actually I believe this is from the early 80s. 81. But it's got Motorhead is the main track here with Volume 10 on the B-side. Motorhead, of course, being the track Lemmy wrote while he was with Hawkwind that became the moniker for his band, and he was re-recorded with Motorhead. This next one's cool because I've never seen a single from this one before, but this is Phil Keaggy, one of my favorite guitar players, and this is a cover of Love Broke Through, which was, of course, a Keith Green track. I'm also a huge fan of Keith Green, and I just recently finished working on a box set for Keith Green for one of the labels I work with, and it's really cool to find this single. I was actually looking for sheet music for Love Broke Through to use inside one of the CDs I was working on, and stumbled upon this single. So really cool. Phil Keaggy, backed with Abraham on the B-side. This is a recent printing. Johnny B. Good, Jimi Hendrix, In the West, Johnny B. Good, backed with Purple Haze, both songs live. Oddly enough, the B-side is not from the In the West album, I don't believe. It's actually from, let's see if it's listed on here somewhere. Purple Haze was Winterland. It's from the Winterland sessions, so which has also been released on vinyl. So I'm not sure why they didn't use a song actually, from the In the West album. But regardless, two cool tracks. Love Hendrix. Big update to the Thin Lizzy collection. I'm going to jam through these two rather quickly. On the Decca label, this is a German pressing of Rudolph's Tango, back with Broken Dreams in the picture sleeve. You can see the center label in the back. This is a German pressing of The Rocker, backed with a ride in the Lizzy Mobile. Picture sleeve, again on the Decca label. You can see the label in the back. One of those old gold releases. You can see Thin Lizzy on there. The picture of them on there. It's Whiskey the Jar and The Rocker. Once again, the picture is inaccurate because they would have been a power trio when they released those three songs. And right here you've got him as a four-piece with Scott Gorham, and who else is on there? Scott Gorham. Oh, and that's Gary Moore on there. So this would have probably been Black Rose era. Regardless, Thin Lizzy singles, I collect any of them. This is also an old gold singer. Not a picture sleeve though. This is just a straightforward old gold record sleeve. But you've got Don't Believe a Word, backed with Dancing in the Moonlight. It's Caught Me in the Spotlight. This is a split Thin Lizzy, but it'll be going in my Thin Lizzy collection. So this is Thin Lizzy. The Boys Are Back in Town. Backed with Bachman Turner Overdrives. You ain't seen nothing yet. But Lizzy's pictured on the cover. Once again, it's a picture of Gary Moore on the cover, who did not play guitar on that particular album. Boys Are Back in Town. Would have been Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson. This is a UK pressing of Jailbreak and Running Back in the original phonogram sleeve. This is Dancing in the Moonlight, Caught Me in the Spotlight, backed with Bad Reputation on the original phonogram record sleeve. And this too is in the phonogram record sleeve, but this is Rosalie Cowboys song live, and Me and the Boys. I believe it was live. I'm almost positive it was live now. 1978, yeah, it had to be live. I heard this when I first got it, but I haven't. It's been a few weeks. So anyhow, by 78, the sleeves for phonogram had changed to this version of the sleeve. So staying on the kind of Thin Lizzy theme, and as I show pictures of Gary Moore, there's a huge update to Gary Moore. It's a Japanese pressing of Always Gonna Love You. You can see the Japanese sleeve in the back. I don't remember what the B-side is, so I'm going to have to open up and look. It probably says on here somewhere in itty bitty little letters. Oh, Cold Hearted. Cold Hearted is on the B-side. It's in itty bitty little type right there. I'm surprised I was able to see it. And this single is actually the same single, but this is a UK pressing picture sleeve, even though it's got Japanese writing on it. It's not Japanese pressing. Always Gonna Love You and Cold Hearted. This is G-Force. I have a couple G-Force singles. It was a one-off project that Gary Moore did under the name G-Force. It was on the Jet label. And the tracks are Hot Gossip, backed with Because of Your Love. This is Holding On to Your Love, backed with Devil in Her Heart. Hold On to Your Love is kind of a commercial hard rocker, heavy metal track, whereas Devil in Her Heart was much heavier. Great Gary Moore track. I actually have the 12-inch single of this one, so it's cool to find the 7-inch. I believe this one's actually like a poster sleeve. There you go. So that was kind of cool. My Gary Moore 7-inch collection is ridiculous. I bet I have 30 or 40 Gary Moore singles. He had a lot of singles out. What can I say? He put a lot of stuff out as a solo artist. Not to mention the stuff he did with Thin Lizzy and G-Force and Skid Row and others. So, and no, not the American Skid Row, the UK Skid Row from the 70s. All right, this is a two-disc Empty Rooms. So it's got Empty Rooms, Out of My System, Parasine Walkways Live, and Murder in the Skies Live. It is a gatefold. There's the gatefold. Nice picture of Gary in there holding a looks like a Gibson Flying V. All right, one more Gary Moore. I promise we'll be done with Gary Moore. Unless you're a big Gary Moore fan, as I am. This is more one of his blues songs, though. This is Walking By Myself. Back with Still Got the Blues for You Live. Another UK pressing. All right, now we got some Angel, Take Your Love, and Bad Times. And this is a German pressing. I actually have another copy of this that's autographed by Greg Giuffria. So this one is really clean, and I got it for a good price, so I'm glad to add it to the collection. All right, now we're going to be another big, huge jump in the collection. This is all Deep Purple, and then right after the Deep Purple is Rainbow. So this is Black Knight and Into the Fire, Japanese pressing. I picked this up from the same Japanese seller. I've been picking up a lot of the other stuff I've shown. This is Smoke on the Water, 2 different versions on there. I actually have a couple different versions of this single. This is Woman from Tokyo and Black Knight Live. And then Strange Kind of Woman and I'm Alone. All Japanese singles, as you can see. One more Japanese single from them. This is Burn. Backed with... Can't read it. Burn. Backed with what? I can't... Might Just Take Your Life. So, there you go. Another Japanese Deep Purple single. Alright, so those are all Deep Purple. Now we're going to get into Rainbow. This was really cool. I was surprised to find this one. I actually found one on eBay, and the guy wanted like $30 for it, and I'm like, no, I'm just not paying $30 for it. So I was like, let me go check and see. Maybe Discogs has a copy. Sure enough, one guy had a copy, and I snatched it up. But this is a radio, white label radio pressing of Starstruck, mono, and stereo. And this one actually was from a radio station. If you look closely, you can see it has the time of the track, and it has the how long the intro was, the lead-in, so you know how long you can talk before you have to shut up and let the music play. Alright, Rainbow All Night Long. This is this a UK pressing? No, German pressing. Backed with Weisheim and a UK pressing of All Night Long with Weisheim. Okay, so this is Since You've Been Gone. Back with Bad Girls, and I can't remember where this pressing this is. I think it's a UK pressing, but I can't see anywhere on there where it says where it was pressed at. Regardless, cool picture sleeve. Love the old school rainbow fist with the rainbow in it. And another one of those old gold rainbow singles. This is Since You Be Gone and All Night Long on the old gold label. And we got at least one more here from, one more from Rainbow. This is Stone Cold, backed with Rock Fever. And I believe this is a U.S. pressing. Yeah, U.S. pressing. Status Quo, we've got Rain and You Lost the Love in the phonogram label. UK pressing of Satisfied Man and Straight Shooter from Molly Hatchet in a UK Epic record company sleeve. This is an Italian pressing of Van Halen and the Cradle Will Rock, and you can see the stamp on there. And I have every Italian pressing I have has that stamp on it somewhere. I've got Raven cassettes with that stamp on there, so I'm not sure what it means, but it's in the old school Warner Brothers sleeve. So backed with Could Be Magic. What was this? It had to be 1979, 1980, somewhere in that area. This is Just Hold On. I believe this is I think this is a UK pressing on the RCA label. Triumph, Canadian power trio. Kind of sticking with the classic rock here a little bit. This is a promo, white label promo for Boston We're Ready. And it's the same song on both sides. Nice picture sleeve. This is Old School Heart from 1978, Straight On, backed with Lighter Touch with the old portrait sleeve. Sticking with the classic rock, Peter Frampton, Show Me the Way. This is a pre-release single for his first solo album. I believe it was his first solo album. From the A&M album, Frampton, Show Me the Way, backed with The Crying Clown. Grand Funk Lives, This Is You, backed with Full Moon. Picture sleeve version, and I believe this is a US pressing if I'm not mistaken. Alright, this is a back-to-back hits Warner Brothers reprise of ZZ Top. So it's got La Grange, backed with Tush. Another big jump in another collection of mine. This is Ted Nugent. This is a German pressing of Stormtroopin', backed with Hey Baby. And Hey Baby actually got released as a single after this as well. I picked this up, you can see the stamp from Vinyl Tap as well, out in the UK. Promo pressing of Hey Baby, the single. So you got the mono and stereo version. Promo pressing of Cat Scratch Fever with the mono and stereo pressing of Cat Scratch Fever in the original Epic sleeve. This is a Memory Lane pressing of Cat Scratch Fever, backed with Free For All. So basically 2 hits on one single. This is Homebound, backed with Death by Misadventure. This is just a regular US pressing on the Epic label. And finally, one more from Nugent. This is on the Atlantic label. This is Where Do You Draw the Line, backed with Lean Mean Rock and Roll Machine from the 80s. What? 87, 86. Ooh, I'm wrong. I think it's 84 if I'm not. Yep, 84. I was wrong. I really like the song Lean Mean Rock and Roll Machine. It's just a classic Nugent track. Alright, then we're getting into some Nazareth here. So this is a two single set live tracks. It's got live Hearts Grown Cold, Razamanaz, Hair of the Dog, and Talking to the One of the Boys. It is a gatefold. Let me pull that out real quick and show you the pictures on the inside. There you go. So Nazareth. Always love Dan McCabe's raspy voice. Nobody really sounded like him. And then this is from one of my favorite Nazareth albums. This is May the Sunshine and oops, almost dropped it. May the Sunshine and Expect No Mercy from 1978 from Expect No Mercy. And we got 1, 2, 3 here from Pat Travers. So this is a white label promo of Stevie with the mono and stereo. A regular pressing of Boom Boom Out Go the Lights. Backed with Go All Night. And then a jukebox copy of Is This Love, backed with Love Will Make You... Love Will Make You Strong. I thought it said something else. But, yeah, Love Will Make You Strong. You see the little jukebox slip down the bottom down there. So, Pat Travers singles don't show up very often either. I'm kind of surprised to find those. I found all those out in California when I was digging. Another Japanese single here. This is Cheap Trick. Clock Strikes 10 and Surrender. This is the Super Hit 2 series in Japan, as you can see on the Epic label. And then I picked this one up cheap in... this was a record store day release from Cheap Trick from a few years ago, which I missed out on, and I found it in when we were digging through those stacks, and it was pretty cheap. So this is Give Me Some Truth. It's still sealed. I haven't even opened it yet. On a transparent red vinyl. I shouldn't say I didn't open it. I did open it, but it wasn't open when I bought it, because I played it. I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day Live, featuring Roy Wood on the B side, and Give Me Some Truth on the A side. And like I said, it's on a red vinyl. So that was a cool find. Yeah, we had a great time digging out in Amoeba. All right, some Foghat, some U.S. Boogie Rock from Foghat. I've got 5 singles here, I think, from them. Yep. All right, so this is from the first album, What a Shame, Helping Hands, on the Bearsville label. I think this was what, 19. This is early. It had to be. I'm gonna guess the year, but I'm thinking like 1972, 73, somewhere in that area. German pressing. I don't see the year on here, but nice picture sleeve single. Foghat singles, again, they just don't show up very often, especially picture sleeve singles. This is a white label promotion, not for sale, of Ride, 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 and It's Too Late from Foghat. And my records are flipping, and I'm going to lose track of where I am if I don't fix it. So excuse me. All right, and then we've got Stone Blue, backed with Chevrolet. Another picture sleeve version, another German pressing. This is a promotional pressing of White Boy, backed with Love Zone with picture sleeve. This one here I did not pick up in California. I picked this up on a seller online. It's not one of my favorite songs. It was the 80s, and they kind of were getting a little... They weren't quite as rockin' as they were, but it's still cool to have a Foghat picture sleeve single. And then finally, this is their Christmas single from 1981, and All I Want for Christmas Is You. And it's got the same song on both sides. It was only released as a single. And I've had this single on my Christmas playlist on Spotify forever. Actually, excuse me, in my iTunes forever. So, picked up these really cheap. But this is Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart, People Get Ready. Picture sleeve single. This is one I found in California for like $2. So I snatched it up. This one was a little more expensive, but not much. I got this from the Japanese seller, but this is Wow Thing by Jeff Beck. Japanese pressing, as you can see, it's printed with gold ink on there. On the Epic label, it's got the Japanese Epic sleeve in the back. Another one is part of that series that I was telling you about. This is Gamma. You can see the border around there. It's just like the AC/DC single I showed earlier. Alright, the rest of these are all mostly prog rock. So if you're not into prog rock, you can probably stop the video here. But it's a lot of Genesis in here. So I'm going to flip through these quickly. So, or Genesis related. So we got Modern Love, backed with Slow Burn from the first album from 1977. And I believe this is a German pressing. Yes, it is. This is Salisbury Hill and Shaking the Tree. Peter Gabriel from... I don't remember the year. I'm not going to worry about it. This is Steve Hackett, Cell 151, backed with Time Lapse and Milton. And then this is Phil Collins, I Missed Again. This is just a promo US pressing. It's got the mono and stereo version in the Atlantic sleeve. This one is not one of my favorite tracks, but it's Phil Collins, and it was $1, so I grabbed it. But this is from the White Nights soundtrack. This is Separate Lives. There's actually 2 different picture sleeve versions of this, and I have the other picture sleeve too. But for $1, it's worth it. It was very clean too. This is one of those old golds. This is Genesis. This is I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe. Pretty cool. I've never seen these old golds before, so I was surprised to find one, especially Genesis. Backed with Counting the Time. So 70s Genesis singles don't show up very often at all. So really cool to find I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe. And then this is another 70s single. This is 76 U.S. pressing in the original Atco sleeve for Your Own Special Way, backed with In That Quiet Earth. Japanese pressing of Follow You, Follow Me from, what was that, 78? Right? Is there a year on here somewhere? I know it was from, and then there were 3. I think it was like 78. Backed with Ballad of Big. And then another old gold Genesis. This is A Trick of the Tail, backed with Follow You, Follow Me, 78. Of course, it's got the wrong, it's got an 80s picture of Genesis on there, but whatever. This is a German pressing of Misunderstanding on the Charisma label with the picture sleeve. A really, really clean UK pressing of Abacab. I have a couple of clean US cut pressings with the large hole, but this is the UK pressing, and it's backed with the one of the most annoying songs they ever wrote called Another Record. I'm sorry. Actually, that's not an annoying song. I was thinking of the other track is I Didn't Do It, which one of these has it on the B-side. Regardless, Abacab, nearly a 7-minute progressive track. People tend to think of it as, Genesis is a pop band, but they were a prog band, and even when they were popular in the 80s and doing a lot of pop singles, they still had a lot of progressive tracks. So here's a single for That's All, backed with Taking It All Too Hard on the B-side. This is a German pressing. This one was interesting. I found this one when I was digging through Amoeba as well. It was cheap, and I have this single, but this actually is a different pressing than the normal one. As you can see, it's got a sticker on it that says Special Edited Remix. So it's got a remixed version of Land of Confusion, and it's got it on, I think it's stereo and mono. Let me check. It might be stereo on both sides on this one. I can't recall. So we've got Land of Confusion stereo. Yeah, it's Land of Confusion. It's the same on both sides, but it's a promo pressing, and it's a different remixed version of the track. I really haven't spent the time to compare the two to see what the difference is, but just being a Genesis collector, I snatched it up. It was worth grabbing just because it was something different and unique that I hadn't seen before. All right, and this is Tell Me Why. This is I believe a German pressing. Yep, German pressing. Backed with Invisible Touch Live. Alright, and I told you in my last 12-inch video that I got a bunch of 10cc stuff, so I'm going to crank through these, but this is a Decca pressing of Rubber Bullets, which is one of their early hit singles. I really like that song, always have. Backed with Waterfall, so this would have been, what, 1973? I believe this is a German pressing. Nope, it's a UK pressing, I was wrong. This is a old gold pressing of Rubber Bullets, backed with the hit Donna. So it's got 2 hits on the same single. The Things We Do for Love, Japanese pressing. I picked this up from the same Japanese seller, backed with Hot to Trot. US pressing of The Things We Do for Love. I told you I like that song. Backed with Hot to Trot. 10cc, Good Morning Judge, backed with Don't Squeeze Me Like Toothpaste. 10cc. 125 and Only Child. This is, I believe, a UK... Nope, it's German. Mix them up. This is German pressing. Nice live picture on the front. This is We've Heard It All Before. Backed with Overdraft and Overdrive, 10cc. This is a UK pressing. This is The Power of Love, 10cc. This is a... I'm not sure where this is pressed at. It's a European pressing. How about that? Not a US pressing. This is 10cc. Don't Turn Away. Don't Turn Me Away, backed with Tomorrow's World Today. Picture sleeve. And then this is Godley Creme, Cry, remix version of that track. And it's backed with Love Bombs. How that song wasn't a hit for them, I don't know. So Godley Creme were the two guys that split from 10cc at the height of their career. For whatever reason, 10cc were huge back then, and there was basically two sets of songwriters. So Godley Creme were the guys who did more of the proggy stuff, so they went off to do more artsy proggy stuff, while the other two guys stayed in 10cc and remained writing hits. But they put out this song, which is a great single, but it didn't do very well regardless. But there you go, Godley Creme, Cry remix version. This is Snack Attack remix, backed with Wet Rubber Soup. And this, I believe, is a UK pressing. Yep, right. Yep, made in England. So that awful album cover, but I kind of like the smiley pizza face on there. Snack Attack. And then one more, and the last one for this update. This is Godley Creme. This is another version of Snack Attack, and I believe this is a German pressing. Nope, this also is a UK pressing. So two different versions of Snack Attack, backed with Strange Apparatus, so it's got a different B-side track. So there you go. That's my 7-inch update in 2 videos, and that was a lot. So I appreciate you all watching. If you actually made it through all that, leave a comment below. Let me know what you know about these bands. I'm fairly new to Godley Creme. I keep saying Creme. Godley Creme and 10cc, so if you want to talk to them, I'm very interested in it. But that's it. Have an awesome day. God bless. Stay strong.